damit willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Honkai Star Rail. In der letzten Folge am Ende sind wir in den Körper von Robin gekommen, wenn die Närrin zweimal klingelt. Und jetzt müssen wir Geschenke verteilen, um die Leute zu trösten. Und wir fangen mit Omnic-Gast an.
The family promised they would protect the guests within the dreamscape. The family needs...
It appears the good sir has seen many great events. And it's true that however, their target is not the ordinary guests, but the ambassadors of the IPC. The family will certainly ensure that the safety of the guests is of the highest importance.
Miss Robin, I know the Bloodhound family has already sealed off the theme park and has control over the situation. The family can try their best to protect their reputation, but as a guest...
But as you can see, sir, no innocent bystanders were affected in this incident. Perhaps the dreamscape is not as perfect as promised, but there's no place safer than dreams under the family's rule.
I could stay here, but keep in mind, guests come to Penacony to enjoy the dreamscape.
Of course. With the Charmony Festival about to commence, we will spare no effort in our preparations. Rest assured. To express our apologies, Hello. May I ask what happened?
Nothing to be worried about. There's been a small rehearsal mishap at Clock Studios theme park.
Hey, are you a fool? You don't even recognize Miss Robin? Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm sorry. I've just been transferred to the Bloodhound family, and I'm still not too used to working on the streets. I didn't realize...
Hey, don't sweat it. You guys have a tough job. I know how it is. How's the situation looking?
Oh, we've sealed off the theme park.
Rest assured, Miss...
I trust you guys. But regarding what happened in the theme park, what do you hounds...
well...
Actually, I was there shortly after it happened. Is it true that the IPC's ambassadors came with ill intent? And that Galaxie...
Miss Robin, tell you the truth, everyone's been talking about it. The myriad factions on Penacony have already been causing unease for everyone.
Thank you all for your loyalty. Of course the family did not...
No wonder. So...
Don't worry.
Please be assured, Miss Rob.
Thank you for your hard work. If there are... This is a small gift prepared by the Iris family for the guests. There's one for you too. Please, open it at the Charmony Festival for an unexpected...
I can't believe...
If trouble comes knocking on our door, we're not afraid to go to war. Rest assured, the Dreamscape's peace will be protected by the Bloodhound family.
Ich trau ihr nicht. Ich weiß nicht, wo Robin ist.
Miss Robin? That's the renowned
I didn't expect to meet a fan here. I'm honored. Welcome to Penacony. Oh,
I can't believe I'm actually meeting the real Robin! Shouldn't you be preparing for the Charmony?
preparation is important. But the ceremony is fundamentally about sharing the Great One's harmony with everyone. Regarding the recent mishap, I understand it negatively impacted some of our guests.
But, are you sure it was actually a mishap? Everyone saw those chips descending like rain in the red light. Plus, I met that generous gentleman. He looked really out of it and kept talking to himself. Is this...
Everyone, please do not panic. I believe that the family will give everyone a
Even if you say so, Miss Robin, it's hard to believe.
Some people just never listen, do they? It's never ending. It just...
Miss Robin?
Still, I suppose I should keep on helping everyone. I am the epitome of joy, kindness, and goodness.
Huh? What was I just...
Here, take this, little guest. This gift has been... Make sure to take good care of it. You never know. Something very exciting
Es war so klar.
We're back to where it all began. You entered the golden hour from this place. It is a pleasure to journey alongside you once more. But it's time I laid bare the entire truth before you.
Du hast mich angelogen. Bist du...
I'm sorry. I know you have many questions. Do you remember when we encountered death in that instant before it killed me? I saw the reflection of another dreamscape in its ghastly pupils. So, following the clues in the script, I came up with some theories about the meme. That's why I instructed Silverwolf to issue invitations. I intended to call upon death before you arrived. To solve the riddle using more direct means. And then invite you to join. However, contrary to my wishes, I couldn't defy the script. It is how you see now. I was impaled by the bladed wings of death. The heavy pressure of concentrated memoria miasma exploded in my mind. But after the momentary numbness subsided, I found that my body was absolutely unscathed. I was still alive. And it was just as I thought. I had arrived at a place starkly different from this beautiful dream. Beneath the dreamscape of Penacony lies another, more chaotic, more primal memory zone. And so, then I returned to the hotel in the dreamscape, hoping to tell you of its existence. Yet I could not reveal my own identity. So, I could only divert your party's attention and lure you away from the battlefield. And after... all my attempts proved futile. It wasn't until not long ago, when a crimson blade of light shattered the high wall of the dream, causing you all to fall far into the abyssal depths of the dreamscape. And that's it. That is all that's happened so far. I know it's tough to believe all this without reservations. I just want to say, you are very close to the final answer. Just one more now. Let's leave this place. Take a deep breath and visualize the dreamscape's outline in your 3, 2, 1. Don't be afraid. The one who has come to greet us. I never knew you could do this.
It's the blade.
Do you have a driver's license?
I do.
That is...
Why? Because this is Japella, the city of sins?
No, it's nothing. I'm just thinking that you haven't slept in 20 system hours. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine. I'll survive. Same...
I'm not so sure about that.
Infiltration is over. Feel free to activate Sam.
There's still some time before the next part of the script unfolds. Let me stay a little longer in this spot. Such a long tunnel.
In half a system hour, it will lead us to Kafka. And then comes the downfall of the Japella Brotherhood.
Is that also part?
It's in your script, too.
Sorry. I didn't notice.
Their destiny won't change just because of your select... I told you before. It's a bad habit.
What about you, then? Is this the moment you finally find that...
As always, it's a blank slate. It's not on this planet.
Because I'm currently in a car with a sleep-deprived driver. I just...
This car has full self-driving capabilities.
Hey, don't take everything. Elio would always say there's only one type of destiny.
Das heißt, sie ist auch ein...
The inescapable type. But before that moment arrives, we can still choose what we do.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history. That's your next stop.
Land of the dreams.
I hope you find whatever you seek there.
Yeah. Glad to see you're safe and...
Close your eyes. This is the answer. Isn't it incredible? The monster that we have always known as Death is actually...
The question that has been perplexing us, does death really exist in the dreamscape? Every emergence of that meme is related to the Watchmaker. Since Dreamflux Reef is where it brings its captives, it's likely that many of our long-standing questions will be answered in the...
The atmosphere here is starkly different from the beautiful dream. But from the whispers of the residents, I've heard a familiar name.
It's that man again. Always in the right place at the right time. Himiko and March have already made a move. Get ready.
The real dreamscape. The land of the exiles. Before we go, should we speak to everyone first?
Los geht's. Doch nicht.
Keep going straight down this alley, and it'll lead to an elevator. It'll take us.
Eins. UFO-Burger.
What a huge clock key. Looks like the Watchmaker also left his mark on Dreamflux Reef. Unbelievable. To think there's a settlement of this size within the dreamscape. And all beyond the family's reach. The atmosphere in this fortress is pretty different from that.
When I first saw it, I was in awe. The sky what's even more bizarre is
Though both dreams, but there's no point.
take a right turn at the end of this road and you'll...
Not coming.
The Astral Express likely needs room for some internal deliberation. In the
Sure. Let's reconnect later. Letting her go was the right decision. Further observations are needed before we Let's go. I'm sure. He's right. The Reverie Hotel's bellboy. How did he end up here? And right after Miss Acheron severed the beautiful dream. We'd better check, just to be sure.
This can is perfect for me. And perfectly legal.
Hard work pays off.
So this is the
Oh, free stuff.
Lasst mal gucken. Was wir hier vielleicht noch alles finden.
No! At this rate, the family will be done for! Done for!
Dann reparieren wir das eben. Aha. Okay, die werden doch schwieriger.
A good drink. Let's leave the dreamscape.
Hier unten ist auch noch eine Kiste. Das ist auch
Hard work pays off.
das hier. Ja, perfekt. Das ist doch super. So. Es wurde zweimal abgeschossen. Perfekt.
Are you really leaving?
Okay.
Huh? You're the guest from before. We meet again! And
Hello, Misha. I'm Welt. We met in a dream. Oh. And
Tick-tock! Old friend and new friend! Let's high five!
your, memory?
Nope. Clocky is a good friend. How did you two get here? This dreamscape isn't supposed to be open to the public. I wonder...
So, this...
Yep. After my work in the beautiful dream ends, I'll go back home. Commuting used to be more convenient, but ever since travel became cumbersome, Sleepy started ferrying people back and forth between the two dreamscapes.
This... Sleepy.
Sleepy is a memory zone meme. Fierce and has many eyes, but it's actually really well behaved. Gallagher's been taking care of it.
Based on the description, that meme is indisputably...
Death? Not in a dream, surely. Sleepy's just a little aggressive, and sometimes messes up by fetching the wrong guess. But it would never hurt anyone.
I see. Has it brought back any guests recently? Say...
I see. Then you'll have to speak with Gallagher. But he's currently busy hosting a visitor from the Oak family and specifically asked not to be disturbed. Mr. Yang, is it Miss Robin?
Just as I thought. Considering what happened with Miss Firefly, this...
If you're looking for Miss Robin, I can lead the way.
If it's not...
Oh, I haven't. But please, rest assured. How about this? She's gone to Mrs. Grace's to visit the children.
All right, then. We'll, Well, we now know the answer to both murder cases that have caused such commotion in Penacony. As for the intentions of the mastermind behind it all, we're still none... No idea. But it's say, you mentioned before that I can't shake off this strange feeling. Am I really still so young? Forget it. It's not important. We'd better just follow me.
Everyone, look! From here, you can see the most...
A black hole? No. An accretion disk formed from consolidated memoria? Was Dreamflux Reef built on such a...
Oh, so Mr. Yang is also versed in Memoria dynamics. Look! There she is!
My calculations are finally done. Who are you all, and why haven't you left yet? This place is about to disappear. I'm Kami, a dreamscape surveyor specializing in Memoria. See that huge gaping hole? It was just a narrow rift many years ago, but now it's grown into a giant hole. The surrounding Memoria has been flowing towards the other end of the hole at a constant velocity. But the scary part is, according to my calculations, the flow rate of Memoria has recently changed, and it's faster than ever before. It's almost as if something, by constantly improving upon Madame Rosalina's Memoria, after 10 system hours, the Dreamflux Reef will cease to exist!
Please don't worry. This sort of thing has happened many times before. Miss Kami isn't a...
You don't say.
Oh, do you know her too? Or are you also a fan of Memoria?
We're very interested in Madame
Why, of course! Regrettably, due to the presence of the I came to Penacony to learn more about my idol. I felt it. The source is in... the golden...
Does the name Madame Rosalina sound... That's right. It seems like she...
Miss Kami regularly mentions her. I hear. Our destination is the commercial district. That's where the largest crowds gather in Dreamflux Reef. We might be able to find the...
Let me go! Ghost! There's a ghost! Don't come!
Oh my. I'm human and so are you. There you are. I've been waiting for Quickly. Come help. I bumped into a member of the family on the way here. He was so scared and...
Let me go! Let me go! I've only done good in my life. Why can't I rest in peace after death?
Well, this is how it turned out. Me? A ghost? Don't make... He thinks he's dead. Although, when I first fell in, I also thought...
Dear guest, this is not the afterlife. This is Dreamflux Reef.
That's right. Did you hear that? Repeat.
You're talking to someone invisible. If I'm not dead, what am I? I shouldn't have pushed my luck and tried sleeping in my dream. Stop asking! You'll alert the monsters!
You're not talking about the memories.
Don't say that name! It's all your fault.
Easy, Numby.
Liquidation!
That's half the work. On the still waters of oblivion.
This ends here.
There's no time to lose. He passed out. His intense negative emotions attracted the nearby memories.
I see. But what?
Unlike in the Sweet Dream, people here don't see Memory Zone memes as dangerous monsters. And even if they pose a threat, people can easily escape by forcing a wake-up call. But we can't just leave this man here. Can we take him somewhere safe?
We can ask Jessie for help. I've gotten to know many locals while waiting for you guys.
No. At this rate, the family will be done for.
Everyone here is living a self-sufficient life. I don't know how to describe it, but this place feels like... Jessie?
Welcome, Miss March.
These two are my friends. As for the man lying on the ground, he's a...
I see. Another poor guy who accidentally ended up here. I'll take care. There have been a lot of new faces lately. Things must be tough in the beautiful dream.
Do such things often happen here?
Not really, but they're becoming more frequent now. Guess it's one of the signs of the Sweet Dreams collapse. This man has had quite the shock. Could you help me find a Halovian lady, March?
A Halovi?
That must be Robin. She's also...
Huh? Robin? But I thought she... Oh.
Misha's about to take us to her to...
We met some still... I heard that places like... I also heard that...
If that's true...
Himeko must be gathering information. Let's hurry...
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo.
No. At this rate, the family will be done for. Done for.
This is where we split up.
Himeko.
So that's how it is.
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase, what an unpredictable...
Himeko, here they are.
Ah, perfect timing. Now that everyone's here, I'd like to introduce everyone to Micah, who's partly in charge of the Land of the Exiles.
It's a pleasure to meet the Nameless.
You know us?
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Penacony. We would have met under more appropriate circumstances if Dreamflux Reef hadn't been... Please, allow me to formally introduce myself.
Gravekeeper.
Life in Dreamflux Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others' affairs. My daily life involves cleaning...
You're too modest, Micah. When lost dream chasers stumble upon this place, you're the one who takes care of them, guiding them back to the sweet dream, or showing them how to survive the wild dream chaos.
So,
were you
On that note, Mr. Mika, which tombstones are you referring to?
They're actually just symbolic stones. But since you're curious, Mr. Yang, I'll take... but before that, you have an important...
An important guest? Who could it be?
Robin.
This way, please. The roads here at Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down.
Oder? Wird es Robin sein? Das alles und noch viel mehr gibt's nach der Werbung. Spaß.
There she is.
Everyone sang so wonderfully. It's not often that I tried this music style, but I've gained...
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. Well, these kids have made incredible progress in only a few...
It was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them how to sing. It was you who brought hope into their lives. Life must be quite difficult for them in reality, I imagine.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, they're reluctant to leave. But I've explored every corner of Dreamflux Reef, talked to everyone I met, and they all told me the same thing.
It seems you truly are. Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there, with her blind eyes, used to work at a nutrition center in the outer ring of Penacony. And as for Gary, he's been living with autism since he was a child. They're not old enough to enter the sweet dream managed by the family. If we compare people to birds, these kids are like fledglings with impaired wings. But in this dream, and me, an old lady with no legs. Well, without this dream, I couldn't even walk toward them.
I'm glad that you found a new life here in Penacony.
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their but you know what? Emma and Gary aren't. You see, in dreams, we learn how to live. One.
And shed our feathers, there's no need to covet an illusory sky in dreams. Because we have the right and the ability to fly toward...
It's a relief to see you safe and sound, Miss Robin.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew. I heard my disappearance caused quite the commotion out there.
Since you're here, can we assume that you're fully aware of...
Ever since I returned to Penacony, my voice started to change, until it gradually faded away. At first, I thought it was a temporary ailment, perhaps due to having been away too long. I thought maybe, but now it seems the root of the problem goes way beyond me. There are elements around me that don't align with the harmony. Losing my voice is just one of the signs of the Sweet Dreams collapse.
The Sweet Dreams collapse. That memo keeper mentioned the same thing.
While I was away from Penacony, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. But whenever I mentioned the anomalies in the dream, all the family heads refused to talk about it. Later, I discovered the secret letters from the IPC ambassador, which further convinced me that there are hidden secrets beneath the surface of Penacony. So, following the land of the exiles, concealed by the family under the guise of death. A dream within a dream, where Penacony's past is buried.
Hearing you speak, it sounds as if your voice has made somewhat of a recovery.
I hate to admit it, but the harmony in this place resonates more broadly than within the Sweet. It's regrettable, but the family has experienced betrayal. The traitor, or traitors, this is not the strong defending the weak, but rather the strong exploiting the weak.
Could there be another force influencing the families? Considering what happened with Acheron, it's difficult to conceive of another entity within the realm of the Harmony capable of influencing everyone.
I'd heard about what happened to the Xianzhou Alliance, but as far as I'm aware, the family hasn't faced any such external interventions. Who knows? Perhaps I've just been away too long and missed something. Regardless, I cannot accept my home is moving towards the very opposite of what the Harmony represents, while still claiming to uphold it. I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family, and who exactly it was who betrayed us all. Do you remember our arrangement, Mr. Micah? I've decided to forgo my role, and never step foot on the Charmony Festival stage.
Look here, brother. A little bird.
Looks like a fledgling Charmony dove. But Charmony doves don't live here. So how did this little bird get here?
It looks weak and frail. Why don't we find something
This place is too dangerous for a fledgling. Let's take it with us. We can put it on the wooden shelf in front of your...
Okay. A bird like that must have a beautiful singing voice.
I'll ask the family head to build a cage for it.
A cage? But then it won't have the free...
Let's see. What is it that has captured the attention of the two best interpreters of the great... Oh, poor little thing. Doesn't look like it...
I do. But I don't want to lock it up in a cage.
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered, and can't sing. It didn't come into this world just to be locked up in a cage. Birds belong.
That's quite the romantic idea. And what about...
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild, it won't survive for more than a few...
Ah, I see. It seems our little scholar is still a bit unsure. Well, as you probably know, Charmony doves can fly through the air. When they fly really high, The friction caused by the flapping of their feathers against the atmosphere. We've seen this spectacle so many times. Their ancestors were too weak to survive on the ground. So, after countless attempts by many generations, one of them finally figured out how to fly.
So, you mean birds aren't born to fly?
Well, that's an idealistic way of putting it.
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because they've never seen those birds crashing.
That's an interesting perspective. So, have you decided?
For now, I'll keep it in a cage until it can take care of itself because I want it.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found your own answer. Your insights are truly remarkable. And I hope...
We will take good care of it.
Yeah, but Mr.
And what?
What if this little Charmony dove, I mean, if there are fledglings in this world that can never fly, should we let them go back to the sky? Only to see them crash to the ground.
Talking in your sleep, Birdie? Time to wake up. You look a little unsteady. Yeah.
Where is Robin? Tell...
I knew that was going to be the first thing you'd ask. Don't worry, your sister is here, safe and sound. She's... If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all...
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak.
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Families. Looks like I made the right choice.
Choice?
You are aware of my plan and see through my fictionology. Time is running out, so I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for Penacony. Any of that catch your interest?
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine. You don't have to trust me. What you should trust is the sense of justice.
Show me, Robin.
All right, as you wish.
Huh? What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean...
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you owe an explanation.
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak Family Head. Now, all the actors are...
This is the monument I mentioned earlier.
Rosalina, and...
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the trail. However, today, the planet of festivities...
Their names are inscribed here.
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles, but he didn't live long enough to witness the arrival of true peace. In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges internal and external. To protect us, Donna, Tiernan...
Though I had expected as much,
True to the title of...
When Dreamflux here we meet again. Everyone...
Robin!
I promised to give the siblings some privacy, so let's talk about our business.
That sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of
Oh? Is it that obvious?
the look on your face is practically screaming, I'm the one...
You're right, Mr. Yang. It is indeed time to... The siblings already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless, arrived a bit late. So it's only... Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the founder of Dreamflux Reef, the deputy of the... As Gallagher, the history fictionologist, I humbly extend...
History fictionologist? what? Everything you told us was made up?
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared was true. Well, except for the part about the family accepting me back.
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family, the Watchmaker, and Mikhail is true.
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. Well, it all boils down to something very familiar.
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There are...
You're totally correct. So... I wish that were the truth. But if that were the case, I wouldn't have invited all of you. The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air. If you think of the memory zone as to achieve this feat, without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, the only way is... And that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time, and manpower. I'm sure in Azdana, the planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron design.
The planet of festivities itself?
It all started a long time ago. The Stellaron first entered the Azdana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against the folly of attempting to tamper with such a power, and most heeded their words. But there are all... The turning point came after Tiernan's death. By the time a representative...
And I suppose the family happened to possess the...
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell the civil unrest and played a part in building Penacony under the disguise of the Harmony. Those 3 eras were known as the Age.
Then, how did they...
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon confusion, laziness, and cowardice. Sadly, we realized this far too late. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata, and sought refuge in this chaotic memory zone. Dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't fall asleep again while they are inside the dreamscape.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster, and...
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy.
So, the legacy is just a...
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy, I'm totally fine with it.
If that's the case, where...
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he holds all the answers.
Talk.
Are you done talking? So...
It is the Penacony Grand...
As I suspected. It's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the Sweet Dream. That's what turned Penacony into its current state.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood.
Well, that was easier than I thought. Did you conduct your own investigation?
Correct. When I was trying to track down the person who murdered my sister...
Confronting me first turned out to be a smart move.
I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly get an audience. Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me. And I didn't want it all.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, and were adopted by the family when they came to help. Mr. Gopherwood recognized our potential and brought us to Penacony, but I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the Harmony. I won't use my voice to support an evil cause. I won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event that destroys Harmony itself, or the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. For the paradise, as the head of the Oak family, I'll fight alongside you.
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old dog here, who can barely even bark. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we team up? Maybe, just...
We have always been following in the footsteps of our nameless predecessors.
Yeah, we Nameless won't back down from a challenge. That line actually makes me a...
Rest assured, sitting on the sidelines isn't in our nature. Mr. Sunday, Miss Robin, I'm willing to accompany you on behalf of the Astral Express.
Thank you, Miss...
Thank you all very much.
The Charmony Festival is about to start, and time is against us.
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparation. I may have been quick to step up to the plate, but confronting the Dream Master could be a...
Huh? Even you're saying that, Mr. Yang?
He's the leader of the families of Penacony, and he has the entire power of the Harmony behind him. Not to mention the Stellaron in his possession. We must
Maybe you can just stay behind this time, Mr. Yang?
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, something felt off about Mr. Sunday just now. Although, I can't quite put my finger on it. I have to make sure he won't turn against us when You're still carrying the keepsake the IPC envoy gave you, right? Huh. As I suspected, this chip Aventurine gave to you is actually a miniature. If I'm right, he intends to use it to track your location or contact you when needed. As it so happens, this...
Aventurine? Is he still alive? And what does he have to do with our mission to confront the...
Remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is a way to keep the family in if negotiations go south and the only question mark in all...
Good luck to you, Welt.
Well,
Spoken like a true hero. Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption runs deep.
Don't you have something else?
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three Nameless in Penacony. We've already collected intel about if I'm not mistaken. We've already...
It's not enough to say meet, but the answer is pretty obvious. After all, I've hinted at it. I've been watching over you ever since I received the reply from the Astral Express. And I've seen the great effort you all put into linking different realms together across the cosmos. And now, after getting this far all in one piece, you have... Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got it sick?
Yes.
And you two, young Nameless, you have very interesting life stories and extraordinary skill.
I don't know much about my life story, but I do have extraordinary skills.
You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor, Pom Pom. Please let them know that their friend has fond memories. As for the last Nameless, he embarked, disembarked, and embarked again, traveling in a great circle. And on his deathbed, he told me to find the Astral Express and deliver an invitation to the future Nameless. He left behind a special gift, a true legacy. Come with me. Now.
Back here again.
Sometimes I feel like you're still alive, old friend. Like you've still got so much to say. I've kept my promise. Brought the future trailblazers you've waited so long for. I don't know why you were so obsessed with that train. But I remember your last words. Don't let us down, old man.
What's happening?
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the first and last nameless of Penacony. Mikhail Char Legworth, the Watchman.
The Watchmaker, nee, oder? Der
Sure enough, the Watchmaker is the third nameless. Even I could guess that one.
The legacy he left behind was a dream bubble. I believe inside that bubble, there's something that holds meaning only. After all, when I checked its contents, I found nothing inside. Maybe some Trailblaze rune?
Well, let's...
Wait, seriously? How could a dream bubble be...
Just as I suspected. That old man always had this strange belief in the Nameless and the Trailblaze. And I never understood where he got that confidence from. Especially since he never managed to get in touch with the Express while he was alive. I could never figure out what was going on in that old man's head. But this empty dream bubble is so typical of him. He was always full of weird fantasies, and that mischievous old man.
Don't think that's the case, Gallagher. I'm sure Mikhail has left us the most precious thing.
Don't start getting all
Just as Mikhail believes in the Nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe in the Nameless of the past. How could they leave with regrets for the future? There must be something contained in this dream bubble.
Well, I'm a follower of the Enigmata. My philosophy forbids me to have faith in anything. That's why I understand what faith means in the path of Trailblaze. And I'll...
Can I borrow your pet? It's for Mikhail, and for the future of Penacony.
Ah, jetzt spielen wir Boot Hill. Warum Boot Hill? Er ist ja immer noch auf der Jagd nach...
Welcome to the Reverie Hotel.
Greetings. We're the Nameless from the Astral Express.
The Astral Express?
Yes, my companion's already checked in. My name is Dan Hung, and
I see, but your companion said you wouldn't be coming due to a change of plans.
Now the plans have changed again.
And you...
Me? I'm pumped.
He's my fellow Trailblazer. We responded to the family's invitation before he boarded the Express, so he wasn't registered in the...
Oh, I see. Another one of the Nameless had a similar situation. Seems like a lot of... Since there's a precedent, it shouldn't be a problem. Just give me a second to contact your... I'm sorry, dear guests, but it seems I'm unable to...
What do you mean by...
My apologies. This is the first time I've encountered a situation like this. However, the system indicates that those guests are still in...
How about this? Give me their room number, and we'll go check on them ourselves.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I need to verify both of your identities before I can share any guest information.
How about you just wake up someone?
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules regarding forced awakening. It cannot be done without the proper clearance.
So nothing works, huh? What's your solution then? Are you saying we sleep here?
Please be patient. We need to contact your companions in order to confirm your identity.
And now it seems you need to confirm our identities before you can contact our companions.
It's...
Oh, fudge. Look, nothing personal, but if you can't handle...
Please calm down, dear guests. I do recall that Mr. Sunday, the Oak family head, personally handled this issue earlier. Oh, please, wait a moment while...
I don't think she's trying to give us a hard time. She really just doesn't know what to do.
I have a bad feeling about this. You tried to contact them on the Express earlier, but they didn't...
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave for a moment.
Sure thing. Don Hung seems pretty worried about his companions. I should give him some space. Stressing out about it won't help anything.
Ich muss sagen, Boothill finde ich auch cool.
The Charmony Festival is about to...
Hey!
Well, I didn't come all the way here specially for the festival. Honestly, I don't really even know...
Well, back...
Oh, come on!
Well, anyway...
Unsettling.
Relax.
Well, looks like I won't get in.
Aber ich würde auch sagen, wir reden noch mit dieser Person und dann war's das für heute.
Greetings. I'm Cody of the Bloodhound family, head of...
Hello. So, there's something I wanted to ask about. I've been hearing some... Do you think there's anything to be worried about? I've traveled all the way from the Hayai Federation and...
what do you...
Wait. You have...
I'm not sure where you heard those rumors, but they're completely baseless. I can assure at present, all of the families are focused on making sure the festival starts on time.
That's a relief to hear. She doesn't appear to be acting. So... Back already?
Hasn't she returned yet?
Nope. I'm starting to wonder. Neither the staff nor the
I agree. I walked around the hotel.
Well, I'll be forked. If I remember correctly, the head of the yoke...
We shouldn't linger.
Not so fast. Have you ever robbed?
Are you suggesting we sit here and do nothing?
I wouldn't say do nothing. But let's stay put for now. They don't want to attract unwanted attention from certain...
If I were a family member...
Of course, we don't need to walk into their trap.
A secret signal.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete object can indeed help...
I'm sorry.
How do we get into the VIP lounge?
This is where my street smarts come into play. You're the lobby.
Yes, I am.
We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in, but there's something wrong with your system. Look, we've been waiting here forever, without any food.
Is this your idea of street?
It's called standing.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr. Sunday. I'll arrange 2 premium seats in the VIP lounge so you can rest there while...
It's just don't call yourself Nameless.
Wow, this bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of festivity.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, I have an order for a bottle of His Donna's White Oak.
Has Donna's White Oak? I think that...
Oh, no way.
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle, after all. I couldn't afford to cover for such an item.
That's strange. Well, could it be that the memo keeper couldn't afford it?
Then what should we do now?
Oh, no need to rush. But let's grab some drinks first. Maybe I arrive now. Let's see what kind of juice malts you all have here. Well...
Wow, that's the most expensive one on the list. You have it.
It's on the house.
What can I get for you?
Anything you recommend is...
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village. It's classic Soul Glad mixed with Laboon juice. It's refreshing and suits your cool demeanor.
This flavor. Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Ooh, really hits the spot. Truly the finest sherry cask-aged malt juice in the cosmos.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Is that really something that...
Hey.
As long as you're satisfied, dear guests, please enjoy.
Let's give the memo keeper another half-system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up with a new plan. In the meantime...
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened on the planet if it's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions.
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned about. As you know, the faction that follows the path of the Hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to met. Isn't there a saying among the Xianzhou people that the Rainbow Sect likes their look?
Talking. Do all the...
Well, you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been keeping an eye on this region. But that Acheron lady, she doesn't seem like a lunatic at all. On the contrary, she's highly logical and organized. She knows exactly what...
And you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating a Galaxy Ranger?
I'm not entirely sure, but I do have my suspicions. Maybe she knows a Galaxy Ranger, or perhaps she's trying to lure us out for some reason, which I can't figure out.
Anyway, what worries me more are the anomalies within the family, unless the invitations weren't sent by them.
Maybe it's Shipei the Harmony pulling the strings. You find it beyond human understanding because it wasn't arranged by people do stupid things out of irrational impulses. But eons don't.
You think Shipei's...
It may not necessarily be. It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how...
But in my opinion, Akavili's fall holds significance for the Nameless.
Oh. So you're saying the Nameless now have to take responsibility for their own choices because their absolutely right leader is...
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey isn't just about following a path that's always considered absolutely right. It's more about doing your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless possibilities.
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that people must take responsibility for their choices. Because no one else. That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter and figure out her true intentions. Just in case. I have a backup plan if the memo keeper doesn't show up.
You sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well, going back to my old career would make things a lot... By the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see any...
What's your plan?
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family. Or maybe we can even take them.
No need for that.
Wait. Are you getting scared?
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that As Donna's White Oak you just ordered?
Huh? As Donna's White Oak?
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed guests.
Looks like your memo keeper friend has finally arrived.
Oh, right. Sorry, my memory's not the best. You know, too many modifications and all. Anyway, let me check. I'll be waiting for you on the...
No mistake. That's her message to you.
Well, looks like we took a detour, but now it's back.
You're back? 2 guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boot Hill, so I told them to wait in the parlor.
Oh, just
2 guests?
She's one of them. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express, but sneaking in like that? You have no regard for any—
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly—
You are the memo keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Dan Heng. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, this is our first face-to-face meeting. I hope you enjoyed that bottle of Astana.
Finally, Memo Keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve the garden. I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Greetings. I'm...
What? You Garden of Recollection, sure, but...
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this memo keeper came to my aid and helped me escape their surveillance.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed. But we did escape.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Namely...
Trustworthy? Son of a nice lady. You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options? What do you mean?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is requesting...
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat, and seems to be.
I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Dan Heng. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed, I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other, so this was the only way I could reach out to you. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise to return his relics to their rightful owner. Someone once told me that every rainfall is like raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. So, how long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. Years and decades. Looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist after all. Well, mortals who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean. And for some, their presence leaves such a strong mark.
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders. They emerge from the nihility and head. They were once my dear companions.
Are you watching over them?
Watching over them? No. It was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. The universe witnessed the fall of Zulo, the Lord Ravager, the unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even in death. As for me,
But you know, these sin-thirsters...
Does this seem pointless? Will some tasks have to be done, even...
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility. That's what I've been seeking.
I see. After all, this realm... Thank you, stranger. I wish...
Before we part ways, I have one more. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. But if this is what the departed ones expected, should we try to change it?
A good question. And a profound one. What I do know is that one day I too will pass away. Someone will stand at my grave and place a book.
Von Ruben. Diesmal die richtige, scheinbar. Aber das, wenn jetzt nicht wieder sofort gequatscht wird, können wir auch den Part beenden. Weil wir sind wieder eine lange Zeit dabei.
When I appeared as a child, as I grew into adulthood, I left behind my...
I humbly request your blessings.
Come to me, my kinship.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family, out of laziness. I lied, and...
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change your ways?
Yes.
Have you examined your soul and confessed? Are you willing to accept? Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family, and you shall be reinstated among them.
Oh, praise Sheepy. And thank...
Next, please.
I wholeheartedly confess to you. Please.
Rest assured, I have implored their presence to be with us. As long as you are sincere.
Oh, great. You know, I arrived in Penacony as a stowaway. I sold everything to get a ticket. My house...
I see.
My children were starving. And I hoped they'd have a chance at survival if they became slaves here. If I can strike... But the Bloodhound family got wind of it. They're on my tail, hunting me down. I thought I could bring my kids here. It was all my fault.
The family is ready to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. You don't need to live in fear anymore.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Next, please step...
Hey! Long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The most esteemed individual in Penacony.
I have sought their presence with us.
Sure. Let's just get this over with. I have sinned. Please forgive me. I wasted half of... That's it. Nothing more. Can we wrap this up? I'm gonna...
Do you seek to atone for your sins through good deeds?
My sins? Starting to sound like a saint, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Neither the family nor you have the right... You think nobody knows what your precious family... Before you start spouting off your holy verses, well, I've spent enough time in...
Oh, revered triple face, who can judge the strong when who can vouch for the weak? Who can comfort the pure? If the strong defending, then who?
Brother?
Nicht weiterreden.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I've been working long hours, and I just made a trip to Dreamflux Reef and back. So...
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival.
No need to worry about troubling anyone.
It has always been our wish to make everyone happy, so... we'll do our best to, even if the negotiation does not go smoothly. Oh,
I'm relieved to... You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself.
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But, given the urgency of the situation...
perhaps you'll be the first guest to meet the Dream Master in years.
Let's hope we can reach a consensus.
Indeed. Let us hope.
It's about time.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting.
Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Nun gut, das war's für heute. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Falls ja, lasst es gerne mit einer Bewertung da. Und falls euch dieser Kanal gefällt, zeigt es mir doch gerne mit einem Abo.
Looks like someone need...
Und ich würde sagen, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Ciao. Leute.